Well, Saturday morning, today we're going to move the bees. We're getting 2 hives from one of our neighbors and we're going to put them over here. There's actually a 3rd hive, but there's something wrong with that hive, so we're not going to be able to move it. All the bees are going to die, unfortunately, over winter. Yeah, they didn't have a queen, so the hive developed all in the wrong way. Basically what we're going to do is pick them up, put them on the back of the truck, drive them over here. Then we will take them down here, hopefully not have any accidents along the way. I think the bees tend to get a bit pissed off when they get transported, so we have to see how that goes. Last time they were pretty agitated when they got moved around. The weather today is not so great really. It's a bit cloudy, it's about 8 degrees I guess. Lots of dew on the water, on the grass. Still lots of great autumn colours, really lovely. And you can probably hear the church bells in the background. It's 10 o'clock now, so yeah, we've got a bit of work to do with the bees today.
So we're on our way to Leif, the beekeeper in Venjan, to pick up our new beehives. He's retiring, the old gentleman, and we are buying his beehives to extend our own bee garden. And today we're going to move 2 of them and bring them over to our place and settle them in for the winter. We have 3 hives here, but one of them is actually a non-healthy hive. No diseases or anything, it's just that it doesn't have any queen. So later today we will just shake those bees out on the ground to unfortunately let them die. But after a lot of counseling with very experienced people, they say that you shouldn't merge an unhealthy society or a weak society with a healthy society. So unfortunately there's no other way. They will die during the winter anyway, so it's not like we're killing them, we're just making it a bit faster.
Here they are on the back of the truck, all excited bees in there. Let's see how it goes on the trip home. Now we're driving home super carefully. There they are, our little babies.
It's somewhere between 60 to 80,000 bees in the hives in the back.
Yeah, 60,000 bees getting pissed off right now, getting ready to attack. Buggy's driving very carefully home. Ah! There's a bump! Alright, here we come, driving the bees down to the bottom. You've got to be so careful. It's impossible to miss the bumps. So it's anyway bumpy, and you just feel it like every time the truck bumps, you know that it's going to be bad. You know that those bees are getting really annoyed in there.
Okay.
See if we can hear them. I don't know if I hear so much from that one, but I do from this one.
Yeah.
It sounds like rain. It sounds like they're just smacking themselves against the walls. Oh,
There's
your bees?
There's some dead bees. This society is not. We're not really sure whether it actually has a queen or not, and they have not been able to pull down all the B4, the sugar solution, yet, which is an indication of that there is no queen. And if it's not the queen, well, then there is actually a quite big risk that this society dies over winter. But we've decided to give it a shot and see if they can survive.
Wow.
This society is the society we know there is a queen, so
Wow.
should be.
So this is like wax stuff that they're building.
Yeah, it's why it's just.
And can we see if
the?
the...
Because I think there are bees coming out there. We don't
That's
want
not
that.
good. Not good.
It's actually our bees.
Whoa. It's a bee. It's like a drone bee. It's a drone.
Yeah.
You can see it's a drone because it's big and it's got a black body. So I guess he's like gotten out perhaps from one of the other ones, because actually it could be that this big one without the queen has produced too many drones. But I don't know, I guess it's not from that one, because this one's pretty tightly filled with cloth, so they can't get out.
No.
So maybe they're like killing the drones still.
Yeah, I think they're still killing the drones.
Where?
These are drones that are being kicked out of the hive now in the late autumn. Big bees, and they are like on the edge of dying. So a clear translation of Swedish drönarslakt. It's called. It's a translation of that is drone butchery. It's when the hive is going into winter hibernation and they get rid of the drones because they are not longer necessary. They've just been bumming around the whole summer and mating with the queen, but they don't do any other work. So now they are getting thrown out of the hive, and if they try to return, the guard bees actually stand in sight and stings them. So they are laying outside the hive and are like sort of dying, and they can't get in, so in the end they freeze to death. So take a look at this one. So here is our hive, and you can see that they have started to go into like a ball, so they are like centered in the middle of the hive and are quite calm. So it's actually sort of, you know, something called klotning in Swedish. They sort of
Build a clump.
Built a clump, and then they survive the winter in that way. And then they have a quite cool system where the clump is round and the bees on the outside of the clump climbs in to sort of, you know, then become to be warm, and then the ones inside moves out, so that they change where they are in this clump to sort of, you know, preserve heat and to get warm. Okay.
Do 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 do. So how are you putting them now?
Like this. So the theory here is that these new hives have been moved from one place to another where the distance is less than 3 kilometers, because it's only approximately 1 kilometer to our neighbor. And what you don't want is for these bees to come out and then fly home, because a bee have a radius of approximately 2 kilometers around the hive, where they fly around and pick nectars and look for flowers. So there is a risk that they come out and then they fly home, and then they will die because there are no hives there anymore. Now, the risk right now is actually quite small, because the flying period and the collecting period is actually over, because it's quite cold. So they are fairly inactive. But they also then say that one way of making sure that they do not fly home and reorientate themselves and reset their internal GPS is if you put a board like this in front of the entrance to the hive. Then when they come out, they don't recognize themselves and they see that something is different, and then they reorientate themselves, so that even though if they do fly out, they will have to fly back in again. So you leave these planks like this for a week, and then you take them away, and then it should be fine.
What are you doing now then?
Well, the structure we built for the hives, which they stand on, I think it looks a bit too weak, to be honest. So we either need to build a support under it, or we need to basically change the actual wood beams it stands on and put something more robust. Okay, welcome into our woodshed. This is where the wood magic happens. Let's see here if we have beams like this. So it looks like we have stuff. That's good. But now I need to disturb the bees a bit more. I have to show you guys this one. We forgot to close the entrance on our first hive. I'll show you what happened. Bunch of really pissed off bees here that are coming out wondering what the hell is going on here. Why aren't we being left in peace during our winter hibernation? Stop mocking around with us.
About the drones getting killed. Look at this. Our bees have flown out and have just killed. Look at these. This just happened in the past 2 minutes. Look right there. Look, they're fighting. But none of them is a drone, so I guess no one's getting killed there. Look, it's another guy. When did that happen? There's another one dead there. Now, like just now.
Yeah, it's a tough world.
Oh, it's going to fly around a bit more. Flying onto Robert.
Don't laugh if I jump in the river.
Nice to work when you got bees flying around your face. For me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. See? Check that out.
What?
On my shoulder. High five. Move the bees.
Newbies.